Okay, good. We're running.
Yep.
So you just go in your video. I'm just gonna go down here. Okay.
Oh wait, maybe I should. Yeah, babe?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Here we go. So this is where all the magic happens.
Yes. Excuse me, I'll just.
There you go. Yeah. When you're ready.
Yes.
You ready? Okay, cool. So thank you for welcoming us into your house. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? You know, what's your name? What do you do? What are you passionate about? Anything you want to share?
Sure. Firstly, wait. Do I look at you?
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
look at me.
Firstly, thank you for having me. It's a privilege to be hosted by you guys. And yeah, so my name is Gustavia Louis. And about me, I'm
One moment. I just want to adjust this a bit.
you guys will cut out some scenes in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
we're gonna make this look amazing.
It will
Don't
be.
you worry.
cool. Okay, we can go again.
Yep.
Yeah. Bum.
Yep. Just go in your video.
All right. Sweet. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Gustavia Louis. I was born in Wellington, but raised here in South Auckland. And so I've been in South Auckland for 20 something odd years.
Yeah.
I've been married for 9.5 years, and we have 3 children, 3 boys, 12, 8 and 5. One just turned 5, Sunday just gone. So yes, that's us. I'm Samoan and Tuvaluan. I'm half Samoan, half Tuvaluan. My husband is actually half Samoan, half Niuean, so
Wow.
got a bit of a mix going on.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I love shoes. I definitely love shoes, and my other passion is I love helping people.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the 2 things I sort of
Cool.
center my life around, apart from family.
Describe to us your personality.
Personality, okay. If somebody else would be describing me, they'd say that I'm very outgoing. I'm very straight to the point, and I'm. A lot of people say that I'm tough on the outside, but I'm soft on the inside. So that's what I hear a lot.
Awesome. Let me just double check that we're going on the right track. Cool. Yep. Cool. What kind of student were you at school? Was school your thing, or?
Oh goodness. I was kind of like a rebel in school, so I was really naughty. And I'm not promoting this or encouraging this kind of behavior, but so I went to Green Meadows Intermediate, and I was kicked out of there. Doing some very naughty things, and so I went to Takanini Primary School, and they had year 7 and 8 there, and they took me on for the rest of year 8. I was kind of a difficult student. You know, I did silly things like doing firecrackers in class, and school wasn't really my thing. But I left school when I was 5th form.
Wow.
So yeah, that definitely confirms school's not my. But yeah, so I was kind of those kind of students. Total opposite to what I am today. When I was working, can I tell that story?
Yeah, sure.
So when I was at Working Income, I had one of my deans come in, and this lady, I had to sit in her office, just me and her, for the whole day, every day, because I was too naughty to sit in form class. And she, after those 3 years, she came into Working Income, she saw me there, and she couldn't believe it. And she told another case manager, I think I have something to do with her life turning around. So I was like, oh, people notice. That's
Do you think she does? Like,
oh, definitely. At first, she used to do what a reality teacher does, like put me down and call me names and stuff. But I think over time, she sort of started changing, and so she was like, Gustavia, you can really be anything if you try. She used to tell me, you're very clever, but it's just that you have a kind of really bad attitude. If you change it, you might be able to achieve something great in your life. So yeah, I think she did, definitely.
So looking at your shoes, how did this whole business get started?
Shoes. So I was doing a course of Te Wānanga, and the course was money management. In this course, we looked at different ways of increasing income, and the idea of business came up. And the very first thing that came to my mind was I'm going to open a shoe store and import big shoes from overseas. That's the very first thing. And I actually decided to roll with it after that. I thought, I just want to see if it can be done. And my curiosity kept me going and kept me researching, kept me looking for the next step. And so that's how it really got started. The whole idea.
Okay, we are right on the same. Yes.
But can we just why did you want to do bigger shoes?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
like-
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Cool. So, you said you wanted to open up a shoe store. Why did you want to focus predominantly on larger size feet?
Well, I had problems finding shoes myself. I have quite big, wide feet, islander feet we call it. And I struggled so much finding shoes that I like. There were shoes that were big, but they were never trendy or, back then I was like in my early 20s, so I wasn't going to wear, some nana looking shoes, you know what I mean? And so I wanted to bring in some real hip, trendy kind of shoes. And I wanted something to fit my feet. And so that's why I was quite focused, determined on the big shoes only. I felt that there's like a lack of big shoes in New Zealand.
So, what were some of the challenges that you faced in terms of setting up this business?
There are a number of challenges. One of them, the biggest challenge that I had in the very beginning was not even knowing nothing. Don't know where to start, don't know how to start, just don't know who to talk to. That was the biggest challenge that I had. And Google became my best friend, really. Anytime I think of a question, I'd type it in and I'd go from there. Another big challenge was capital, so money. You have to have a lot of money. And I'm not talking like millions or anything, but you need to have at least $50,000 kind of thing in order to start to be able to bring out a whole, a whole collection plus different colors and, that sort of thing. And obviously I didn't have that. So that was a challenge. In fact, that was one of the reasons it took me so long to get to the actual starting, the making money kind of thing stage. And those are the two biggest challenges that I had.
So how did you mentioned, Google became your best friend with not knowing anything, but what about the whole having to find money to put it all together?
Oh, well, it's so funny. I never had any money, and what I did was I started looking at other ways to make money, and I spoke to a lot of people, and everyone does the traditional you get the money, you buy whatever you need to buy, and then you bring it over in bulk. What I did was I found a whole lot of manufacturers, and I thought I'd be cheeky and negotiate with them. So, for example, my current manufacturer, their minimum, you have to order a minimum amount of shoes, and it was 300 in the beginning, so I got it down to 100, then I got it down to 70. Got it down to 50, got it down to 30, then I got it down to 10. And they even let me do one.
Wow.
So I was telling another friend, she does shoes as well, but just the normal range. And she couldn't believe it. She's like, what did you say to them? I was like, I don't know. I think they, one of the things the big boss said to me at this factory was that he thinks I'm quite determined. He's like, the fact that you're sitting here trying to ask things that we don't usually do, that's not part of our business, and you trying to persuade me tells me that you're very determined, and I'm sure that you're going to achieve.
Is this in a factory in New Zealand?
No, in China.
What?
Yes, I was sitting across the big boss in his office, and I'm like, this is me with no money trying to negotiate to him, and I think he really admired the fact that I had the guts to, sort of because when I go there, I don't actually deal with the big boss. You know, they have specific people who deal with customers, and so when I asked her, she's like, "There's no way we're not allowed to do that." And I was like, "Can I talk to your boss, please?" And she's like, "No, you can't." I was like, "Please, can you just go and ask him? I won't be long." And so I was just praying, and I was like sitting there praying, and then I was like, "Who cares? Just do it. Say whatever you need to say, just to make him agree." And so he agreed on that, which helped me because then I could use the money that we had saved up. And as my husband gets paid weekly, I can put more on it. Like literally, that's what I was doing. And then because to create a new shoe, especially in big feet, they have to create a whole mold. Now, mold is like a foot. You know, it's like so they made a mold of my foot so that we can create a size big enough to fit me. That thing there costs like anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 US. So that's per style, per size. So I had to pay for size 10, 10.5, you know, all the way to 14. And that was a lot of money. And so what I did, I said to him, how about you add $30 on top of every shoe and I pay it off that way? And he's like, "Oh, come on, we can't do that. You know, this is money, business." And I was like, "You know I'm going to come back. Come on, you know I will. I flew all this way, you know, I flew all this way, and you know that I'm going to do this. I've done what I said to do, that I was going to do so far." And he said, "Oh, I'll see. And later that evening he came back and he said, "Okay, that's fine. We'll do what you want to do." And so that's how I've been able to overcome the lump sum money problem that I have.
By negotiating.
By negotiating.
And putting yourself out there. And
Yeah.
Wow.
Sheesh.
I think it's my South
Yeah.
Auckland side. My hustler side.
Okay. Okay. So looking at that, you know, initial first startup process. How long ago was that? When you became-
This was last year. Oh wait, January. Yeah, this was last year at the very beginning.
So we're looking at a year now
Mhm.
since you made that first trip to China. How has business been in this last 12 months?
Wow. First, you can see I've got grey hair. That's like the ultimate. It's been very challenging, yet rewarding. I'll definitely say that. Business itself has been good. I've learned a whole lot of things along the way. So because it's just me, my youngest brother, he does my admin work. And because I kind of don't have time to do all of that, so he does all of that, and that really helps me. And so I've been focusing on automating the business and looking at other opportunities for it. And it's been good. Business has definitely picked up from the very beginning, and it's gone a bit slow because it's after Christmas. I think everyone's broke. I mean, it's kind of, that's how it works. You have lots of money for Christmas and then it kind of dies out. But other than that, business itself has been good. I've learned a whole lot of new things, and it's all about implementing what I learn. So I think like growth for me in the business depends on whether I'm going to action what I've learned or not. So
I think some of the key things that I've picked out here in the interview so far is that you're somebody who left school at 5th form, no formal education, but another thing that you talked about was attitude, which has been a big part to what you've become now. So obviously being an entrepreneur is not something that everybody can do. Not everybody is cut out to do it. But what are some skills and some knowledge that you've acquired during this time that has helped you become the entrepreneur that you are?
I think one of the biggest things is attitude. Yeah, you mentioned it, and you're quite right, because your attitude will determine how you look at a problem, whether or not you're gonna face it and try and overcome it, or you're gonna give up. Yeah, so I think like attitude. I read books a lot, so I'm always reading new books, trying to grow myself. I read a lot of like self-help, business marketing kind of books. random parenting books. Like I still read parenting books, and I read a whole lot of Christian books as well. So I'm just reading this book over there that I'm just currently reading. So that's working on my attitude as well. But attitude, I think one of the things is that you got to be willing to learn. So, for example, when I first started, I had no idea how to do a website. Well, I know what a website is, and that's about it. Like, I only know what a website is. But now I'm able to do basic coding. I can, just things like that. I know how I can create, so I use a platform called Shopify. I don't know if you've heard of it. They're like the biggest e-commerce platform.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I use them, and they give you just a basic template, and you have to customize the whole thing. So now that I've done it, I can literally create a whole website in like one day, 24 hours. Yeah, I can do that. I challenge myself all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, I can do this. And so I was able to do a whole website in 24 hours. So just things like that. I'm always trying to look outside the square, because for an entrepreneur, I mean, for me personally, I never, even though we've made a whole lot of sales and stuff like that, I don't have any money stacked up in some bank account, and so I'm always thinking of ways. I have to think outside the square. Now, everybody I talk to who are in business, they always do things the traditional way. This is how it's supposed to be done. You're supposed to do this, A, B, C. That's how it works. I'm one of those and I have the kind of attitude that I did have in school, where I want to learn it my own way and try and find shortcuts and stuff like that. And so I'm always doing that. I'm always writing down ways I can jump over a fence and climb under without, it has to be legal, obviously, but, just to make things easier for me so that I can achieve my goals. So, yeah, that's how I like to work.
That's quite good stuff, eh, Vic?
Hard out.
Oh, man. Okay. So, Vic, we're down to business. Now we're at, over here it says looking at highlights and customers.
Ooh.
Would you like to touch on anything else before we go there? Because it's going to go highlights, customers, challenges, and overcoming.
Oh, we've done challenges and overcome.
Oh, yeah, so it's just... Do you want to look at any other types of challenges? Or that was quite a strong one?
Yeah, I think that was
quite a strong one.
But do you want to talk about any other
Is there any other challenges that you would like to share?
I don't know. I can talk about how people, like how I get a lot of I don't know if hate's quite a strong word, but I get a lot of people who write to me about how they don't agree with my prices.
Yeah, because that's...
That will touch on the money thing too.
Oh, okay.
That'd be great.
What do you, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Because what
it's
I'd
up
like
to
to talk about is, it's it's important to understand that what the shoes are, because of the prices that we're looking at. You just explain genuine leather, handmade, and all that sort of stuff, which would lead into...
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that cool? Well,
Yeah,
because that's how you
cool.
answered the question when I first asked.
Yeah.
So okay, so go there and then look at highlights.
We'll do highlights in the other one, but we'll just do what's in store for 2017.
Okay,
We'll
so
do
you
this
just
one
want...
and then just 2017.
Okay.
And then...
What about, do you want to know customer?
Oh, yes.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Cool, so looking at another challenge. Challenge customer 2017. Okay, cool. So...
Yep.
Excuse me. So what are some other challenges that you've had to overcome that's been quite... you're like, oh, that sucks. That you've had to do it.
Yeah. Another big challenge that I have is the things people say to me. And it's always, we always have good, we always have a lot of people who are encouraging and uplifting, and that's awesome. But you'll always have, I don't know, we call them haters in South Auckland. I'm not sure what the terminology is elsewhere, but that's, people who, just because they don't, I feel it's because they don't really understand our product and what we're trying to achieve. So they they write to me and they say things like, oh, you're trying to rip off our community. You're a Samoan. Who do you think you are? Selling $200 shoes to islanders. That sort of thing. And it is quite discouraging at times, but I get a lot more positive than negative, but I have had to deal with that a lot this year.
How do you deal with it? Do you just forget it, or do you approach it head on?
It's funny because the kind of person I am, and people who know me personally know that I'm not the type of person to back down. I have this thing where I like to win, and I always like every time something like this happens. My siblings live next door, and I have a lot of I have a close lot of friends that I'll mail them, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, so and so said this, can screenshot it and send it to them, and they'll be like, sis, it's not worth it, don't worry about it, just ignore them. And I usually like write about it, just my own, like I'll write a whole note about this person and how they made me feel and stuff, and usually once that's done, it's done.
So that's your outlet.
That's how I get things out, by writing or typing it out.
And not necessarily posting it online.
No, not posting it online. I know. I try and keep a professional image, but
it's hard.
Oh, it's really, like I always say to them, they don't, like my friends always say they don't know who they're messing with.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, but we're trying. I don't want people to be like, she uses that kind of language and she's in the professional, and so.
Because I think what people need to understand is that these shoes are quite special shoes. Yes, they are expensive, but it's also expensive to put together, right?
Oh, it is. They're made with genuine leather, and
none of this cheap stuff.
No. I know that that's the kind of, that would be preferred, but it's just really hard because we have big feet, and our feet do just carry us around 24 hours, 365 days for however many years. So it's important that we look after our feet. So they're handmade and they're very well put together. So we have cushions, a lot of cushions. I don't know if you've seen our feedback, but a lot of them will tell you that they're quite comfortable. And that's because we really gel up the sides of the shoes, just the areas like the ball of the foot, so that when you're standing like this, there's a whole lot of pressure over here, and that needs to be well supported. So
might have to try them.
Yeah, good idea. And they have to be well supported. So we make sure that the whole entire foot is well supported and well cushioned in the shoe, so that yes, it needs to look good, but you need to feel good as well. I know they say beauty is pain, but not in this case. We're done with pain.
Wow. It's awesome. That's some awesome stuff that you can. Okay, so looking at your customers, who are some customers you can? How am I going to frame this question? Who are they?
Yeah, like what's your main clientele?
Clientele, yeah, cool. Okay, so looking at your customers, who are your main clientele? Who will buy your shoes? Because obviously they need to have some cash.
Yes, definitely. So most of our women are aged 25 to around about 55. So a lot of them are in that age bracket. A lot of them are professionals, so we have like business owners. I do have a few academics, and these customers they're actually quite loyal, so they come back more than once. And we do have a few other students and stuff that don't fall into that bracket. The 18-year-olds that have really big feet but want to look good. And we have a few of those as well, but the majority of our customers fall into that bracket. We have a lot of my main customer base is made up of New Zealand and Australia. So more so Australia now. In the very beginning, it was a lot of New Zealanders, but towards the end of last year, we were just sending shoes to Australia left, right, and centre. So it's getting out there in Australia.
And because you do everything from here at home.
Yes.
Do customers come here to pick up shoes?
No. Because it's based at home, I really want to keep my home separate from, the public kind of thing. I want my husband and our children to still have their privacy and be able to do what they want to do. I mean, this is their home. And so when someone makes an order, we'll come into here, look for the shoes. We have some more shoes at the back. I will look for them, package them up, and then book them into courier, and courier will come in. You'll see some signs at the front about the courier going around to the back and so.
Looking at 2017, what are you looking? Sorry, let me phrase that question again. Looking at 2017 and looking at the future, where are you looking to go with the shoes, with your business?
Oh, 2017 is super exciting. So, just in the past week or so, I have partnered up with, I think there was four of them, sorry. Now, these are women who are going to be helping us to get our shoes physically into stores into different states of Australia. So that's going to be one thing. So by the end of 2017, I have a goal to make sure that we have shoes in every state of Australia. We also have partners in, where are they based? Vienna.
Wow.
So they're focusing on what was the word they used? Scandinavian market. So that's like German, Spain, France, all of that. So by the end of 2017, I'm looking at mid 2017, we will have shoes in those countries. So we are going global.
I love the attitude. I love the attitude. Think big, huh? That's our questions.
Boom. Yeah, wicked.
Shit, that was quite inspiring.
Oh.
I so want to.
That was awesome. Do you want to say your age?
I'm pretty old, like 29's like.
I'm 29.
Oh.
I'm 22. So, nah, we're all going to say that's not
Okay.
right. But you don't have to.
You don't have to. But yeah, you just say, greeting, my name is Gustavia. I'm from, I'm half Samoan, half Tuvaluan, and I created the business and brand Gustavia Footwear.
Okay.
Cool, and that's just here.
I like kind of sensitive to the light, so sometimes it looks like my eyes are not even open.
Me too.
Oh.
Yeah, like that, no. No, you look.
That looks fine. It looks
Yep.
fine, actually.
Okay. We start now or?
Yep.
Okay. Talofa, my name is Gustavia Iv. I am from Manurewa. I'm Samoan Tuvaluan, and I started and created the business and brand Stavias.
Perfect. Okay, now to camera. How would your friends describe you?
Can
I use my fingers?
Yeah.
Should I do like 3 points maybe?
Yeah, and because these are real like quick fiery ones,
Okay.
you do what you need
So,
to do.
now?
Yep.
Outgoing, kind, and
Do you want to answer with the question? Do you want to answer with the question?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so
sorry.
how my friends will describe me is
oh, okay.
Well, my friends would describe me as.
Okay, my friends will describe me as. Okay. My friends will describe me as fun, hard on the outside but soft on the inside, and outgoing.
Sorry, one more time. This is my audio.
Oh, that's okay. My friends will describe me as fun, hard on the outside but soft on the inside, and outgoing.
now. What is something weird nobody knows about you?
Oh, something. Okay. Being bossy is not weird. That's kind of normal. Oh. Oh, okay. So something weird that nobody really knows about me is that when I'm bored, I like to read legislation.
What? Okay. All right. Now. What's a habit that you have that people may think is weird but really helps you?
Talking to yourself is not really weird anymore. That's not really. No.
Oh,
Talking to yourself.
it depends where. Like if you're by yourself and stuff, it's like, oh, you're all good. But if you're in a public space.
Oh yes, that's true. Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, habit.
Habit. So what was it again?
Yeah, so what's a habit that you have? Others might think is weird, but you think it really helps you. You could be talking to yourself.
Yeah. Okay, a habit that others think is weird but really helps me is I like to, when I'm feeling a bit down, I look in the mirror and I talk to myself and I encourage myself and Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, cool. Now, explain what island feet means.
Island feet. I think island feet is like a slang that we use to describe feet that are very long and very wide and kind of flat. Island feet.
Now, can you list all of your achievements and cool stuff that's happened to you over the last 12 months?
So, my achievements and cool stuff that's happened to me in the last 12 months, the first thing I did was I started the brand, so I got it open. I've been featured in the Herald and 22 other publications, blogs, articles, including one by Shopify in America, in Canada actually. I've been to a number of different countries, and
Which countries?
Australia, Hong Kong, China, and America. Samoa. Samoa's a country, yeah. And I've lasted a whole year. I'm still alive, so that's a big achievement.
Okay. Now, what's the coolest thing you've experienced in the last year?
The coolest thing would probably be meeting a whole lot of different people. I think that's quite cool, learning what people do, what they like, and yeah, just learning from them. I think that's pretty cool.
Now, what was your upbringing like is our last question. What was your upbringing like, and can you paint us a picture of it?
My upbringing. So my upbringing was quite difficult as a child. A lot of people say this is normal, but you know, you get beaten up so badly just for doing random things, a lot of different things. I got kicked out of school, so I've been to more than 15 different schools in South Auckland. I lived in a whole lot of different homes growing up, so I've lived with all my aunties on my mum's side, on my dad's side. I got pregnant when I was 15 or 16, so I was a mum quite young. I got married, and now I'm stable. I have a good working history, and I have 3 children and been married for a long time. So 9 years is pretty long. In my books.
Perfect. Oh, we say we